actually, that river flood warning right there for the Trinity River here east of Dallas. Be careful this morning, and a lot of you like to run on that. We've had more than 3 inches of rain. In fact, nearly 3.5 inches of rain here in Dallas, nearly 2 in Houston. This is through midnight, and it's still raining. Look at the totals in Louisiana. More than 5.5 inches of rain in Baton Rouge, and that's where some additional very heavy rainfall is coming your way. Now, we have severe concerns. 2 tornado watches that remain in effect until 2 o'clock local time. You can see the area outlined and shaded in red. This is the line of concern right here, and some of the cells embedded in that are the ones of biggest concern. Plus, as we've been watching these storms, it's nearly continuous lightning with these thunderstorms here. Some of it may be cloud to ground, so we want to make sure that you stay clear of these thunderstorms, stay inside. And again, where we've had the warnings, we want to make sure you stay away from windows and get into an interior room as well. We're going to show you some of the biggest concerns right now. We've got this line right here. It's not an extensive line, but this is where we're probably seeing some very strong gusty winds as it moves up just south of Baton Rouge and heading towards through Morgan City right now. We have very heavy rain with this as well. Anywhere that you see the brighter colors, the oranges, the reds, that's where we're getting extreme rainfall rates. And I checked some of the flash flood guidance. That's where we have rainfall concerns for anything a half inch or even less. Now, a new tornado warning, this one for Adams and Concordia Parish. We're watching for this particular one to stay in effect until 7:30 local time. It includes the town of Natchez, and that's the cell right here that we're tracking. This one moving up right up towards the north and east. A lot of rain. It would be rain wrapped the tornado, so you wouldn't see it. Just get away from your windows, interior room, basement if you have it here, but if not, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Now, here's some additional flash flood concerns. We are continuing to watch the very heavy rainfall. As mentioned, that flash flood guidance, you know, it's not often that you see a 3-hour rainfall total of a half inch or less causing flash flooding concerns, but that's what we have in Louisiana. Already have seen some flood rescues go on around the Vicksburg area this morning, and there are some roads that have been closed here in spots because of isolated flooding, so be extremely careful in driving. Then we go to parts of Kentucky, north of Nashville and Tennessee, some rain there. The rainfall forecast is heaviest in Louisiana, and then right up the Mississippi Valley, we're going to see some heavy rain into parts of Illinois as well, on the order of about 1 inch in St. Louis and a little farther to the north. Chicago, by the time the rain gets to you, looking at about a half inch of rainfall. But it is rain. You look at this track here, who will see rain? Most will see rain. In fact, by the time we get to tomorrow, we'll keep an eye on things for you right here across northern Pennsylvania, southern New York. That's the area in pink. We'll make sure you know that there could be some icy spots to start, but otherwise it's rain. We have a lot of spots that are going to flirt with records starting today, but really more so as we get into the weekend. So much going on with our weather. So we've got one storm system, our warm storm that we're tracking today, rain, severe weather, and rain all the way up into Minnesota. Plus, we look at the next system coming in. This is our winter storm, Gandalf. This one will continue to bring snow to parts of the west, Idaho, Montana, Utah really getting in on it, and even in Southern California. Eventually down to about 2,000 feet, there's enough cold air that you will get some snow. Now take a look at what happens by tomorrow. The winter storm here, big story, spreading out into the plains and especially North and South Dakota. Very strong gusty winds there and into Wyoming. Winds blowing around that snow, and blizzard conditions are going to be possible. Then we take you out to our warm system. It tracks up and pushes into the northeast. Now, don't let your guard down. You could see some icy conditions in the parts of northern Pennsylvania, central New York, with some wintry weather, some black ice type of situation there. However, overall, warm is going to be taking over as we get you through the weekend. So that warm front is going to be surging northward. Tomorrow, mid-40s for New York City, 50s around D.C., 60s in the south. Here we'll still be in the 70s and 80s in Florida. But then we track our next system in, and we're going to watch warm take over. So again, with the next one, it is going to be warm for you in Arkansas and into parts of Missouri and Illinois, so that it's rain as we track this next one in. Now, there's plenty of cold air out there. It's just going to take a little time to get moving. And you see what happens in Minneapolis. We go from the 40s on Friday to the teens on Saturday. Meanwhile, places in the mid-Atlantic and the southeast are going to be feeling like spring fever. 61 in D.C., 69 in Atlanta, 84 in Orlando. A warm week ahead. A couple dozen places are looking at potential record warm temperatures over the weekend. Sunday's forecast very warm around D.C., hitting 70, 57 in New York City. Not quite record breaking, but we're up there. And then we take a look at this front coming in. And again, because we have the warm air, it's rain and maybe even some storms across the south. But the cold air is on the move. So we're 14 in Minneapolis. We're 30 now in Chicago. A marked temperature change between Saturday and Sunday. We get you into Monday, and we're tracking the system east here. Rain again in Louisiana. So this, get a little bit of a break, but now we're bringing more rain back into a very waterlogged state. Concerns, of course, will be there for flooding. We take a look at D.C. We're still in the upper 50s. New York, we're still in the mid-50s. You track the system and you think it's January. This could be a winter storm, but we track Tuesday and we track our area of low pressure, and we're actually looking more rain than anything else here. There may be some snow mixing in by this point. Does not look like a big winter storm. Temperatures are still in the 40s in New York City. We track that up to Canada, and then another round of cold air will be on the move by next Wednesday. Mike. And we'll show you where there's any warnings right now. Those are the places that severe weather is imminent. Now we're watching a lot of lightning out there, a lot of heavy rainfall. Baton Rouge, just south of town, tremendous rain coming down. This is all tracking towards New Orleans, but it's also tracking north as well. So it's going to take a little time to get here, but we're continuing to watch it head in that direction. Right around Baton Rouge, down towards Morgan City is where we have some of the heaviest of rain right now, and potentially some gusty winds with this as well. Now we'll take you into how much rainfall that we've been tracking around the area in Baton Rouge. We've had rainfall rates of an inch an hour, and it's been raining here through the overnight. Here's some spots coming in with totals of more than 5 inches over the last 24 hours, and even less than that, really. So you take a look at some of the rainfall concerns we have. A lot of flash flood warnings across central and northern parts of Louisiana, even up into Arkansas as well. I've seen reports of roads getting washed out coming out of southern parts of Arkansas. There was a water rescue earlier in Vicksburg, Mississippi. The heavy rain is a real concern, and the flash flood guidance here, which tells us how much rain an area can take, it's actually an inch or even a ½ inch over a 3-hour period before you could see some flooding. So it's not a lot of rainfall that will cause problems, and you can see it's continuing to pump right on into this area. Memphis, south of town, is where you're getting some of the steadiest of rainfall. You're not any other kind of warnings right now. This is actually an area that can handle a little more rain. Now we'll put it all into motion and show you where this is tracking through tonight, watching go through New Orleans later today, this afternoon. By tonight, we'll see some showers and even some thunderstorms possible around the parts of the Florida Panhandle, southern Alabama. Some showers out here in parts of Alabama and northern Georgia as well, but a lot of the energy sort of losing itself over the south. We'll track our next system coming in, though, and then we're going to watch for more rain coming our way. We'll get a one-day break, and then more rain comes in just in time for the weekend. So Houston, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Lake Charles, all spots that have been very soggy. More rain coming in for you. Here's your forecast for Friday. We've got showers and storms in the forecast from Dallas to Houston, San Antonio, Austin, all going to get it again with our next system that comes in. Little Rock, we'll get some rainfall. Memphis as well, getting you in through this weekend. So concerns for the heavy rainfall right into Saturday as well. In New Orleans, you can see it's right on your doorstep and staying with us on Sunday as well. Mike.